week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
And this is caught by Evans. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for Evans a week ago: 5 catches, 98 yards, 2 shy of 100.
And I don't know about you, partner, but if anybody ranks me in the top 10 in anything, I'm really happy. And that's exactly where he is now, number 10 in the league in receiving yards.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A glance at the starting unit. Julio Jones, a threat on the outside, of course.
Combines great athleticism, incredible speed, and a whole lot of toughness to be one of the better receivers in the NFL.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, and nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On play action, now Brady. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On 1st down, Brady. Jones has it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Again, it's Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite-level production.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Well, nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there at 22.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they can't corral him. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Brady's throw there complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brady now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 23. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Brady. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. This is Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allows they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to take a shot for the... And he's got it! Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 21 yards away as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Brady's pass caught by number 11. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a man open down the middle of the field and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
45. Mike, 45.
Play action. It's Ryan. He's going to go up top for the end zone. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This one from 46 yards out. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And Brady's thrown there, incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Brady, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, this is Collins. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Dante Fowler. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, it's caught. Smith. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down now, Richard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Complete, Richardson has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 at the 19. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a...
You just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, Richard, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Jalen Richard, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Well, they got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends on the Jalen Richard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Brady going to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. A minute 52 to play until halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now it's Ryan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Brady now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Here's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That's going to be caught by Richardson.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Ready, blue 80, black 25. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They go play action with Ryan. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Push him back. Push him back.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw again is Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Smith. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, Brady. And this one's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Collins on the handoff. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. 53! Throwing is Brady on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They go back to the ground with Smith. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On the carry, it's Olsen. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in a big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
A first down carry for Smith. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Get up! Back 25! Single, slot. Hey, you're
on 2nd and 9, Ryan, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. On first down, Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Ready, blue 80, like 25. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a give right side. It's Logan, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
Again, it's Smith. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. That's complete to Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. On 2nd and 9, Brady, pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That's a second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This one from 46 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go play action now. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You go tight. You got tight.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Smith. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. Really solid effort for him right now. Third quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team. But the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. This is Logan. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Alert.
Collins running it from the pistol. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Collins. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a give to Collins. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Here's a first down run with Collins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
To throw is Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Caught by Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Ryan. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith, and he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Ryan, incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now with Smith. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Ryan to throw. And he's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They come out here in the eye.
Stay with your man.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. Here's Ryan. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On play action, it's Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert three.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Smith. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
Throwing again, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Now it's Ryan. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And an alley to run. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So Ryan and the Falcons down by 15. A minute 15 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back 25.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 25. Check 25.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan is going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Jones has it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To throw is Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Alert.
They will take the knee. Finish this regular season with a victory. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but